We have new modern era pendulums for you guys. There's a lot of ideas floating around here. I figured we go ahead and we take some time to see what's going on with Lady of the Pendulum. Make sure you guys smash the little crap out of that subscribe button so you guys don't miss out more awesome content. Today, we're pulling something cool out of the little vault here. We actually have Lyrical Lisk, or with the character from the show on sleeves for you guys. And we pulled out one of our Zawaldo field centers that we have for you guys. And you're like, oh, well, how do I get these? Leave a comment down below. Simple, all you guys got to do. On the 31st, on the last deck profile of the year, we will announce the winner in the description for that, and we'll continue on with goodies. I've actually really enjoyed extending out this series, so you guys can get some cool deck profiles, some actual interesting ideas going forward here, and I'm actually just kind of looking forward to seeing what's to come. Let's go take a look at that deck profile, shall we? All right, the first list we're going to be looking at here for pendulums, there's only one for this video, by the way, is actually something that Sean Washington came up with and was messing around with the new Performa Pile stuff, with the one Odd Eyes pendulum graph. Remember, you can actually pendulum summon this, essentially bypassing the ritual requirement on it, which is actually really cool. I'm actually really glad that they designed that here. Now, pendulums are getting probably one of the most insane cards of their life here. Man. So it's 2 effect monsters, including a pendulum monster, to make. If this card is link summoned to the extra monster zone, you can pay 1,200 life points, add a pendulum monster from your deck to your hand. After adding it to your hand till the end of this turn, you cannot activate monster effects. Also, the effects of cards in your pendulum zones are negated until you pendulum summon. If 2 or more monsters with different original levels are pendulum summoned at the same time to the zones that this card points to, you can target 2 cards on the field and destroy them. There's a lot going on here with this for a 2,000 monster, but if you can somehow stop your opponent from pendulum summoning, you can keep your opponent's scales locked off from them being able to apply their effects. But honestly, this card makes the consistency of pendulum all the better here. So I'm excited to see what Trip comes up with for this deck. So we have 1 Black Fang Magician, triple copies of Chronograph Sorcerer, of course. We have triple copies of the Double Iris Magician, triple copies of Harmonizing Magician, 1 copy of Luster Pendulum, 2 copies of Oath Dragon, 1 copy of the Performa Pal Celestial Magician, and then we have triple copies of Performa Pal Genshrud. Remember, this thing is actually a high scale 8, so if you control no monsters, or all monsters you control are pendulum monsters, and you have Lady Anj in your other pendulum zone, you can add an Odd Eyes monster from your deck to your hand. Now, you can only use that effect once per turn, and you only play 1 of the other scale as it is, but that's fine. Now, our monster effect here, if this card is destroyed, you can place 1 Performa Pal Pendulum monster from your deck in your pendulum zone, except for Genshrud. And this face-up card is in your, if this face card is in your extra deck, you can discard 1 pendulum monster, add this card to your hand. Then you can return 1 Performa Pal or Odd Eyes card from your pendulum zone to your hand. You can only use 1 effect, or a monster effect, this card once per turn, only once that turn. A lot going on there, but the modification pickup effect for this to bounce something back to hand is really good. Now, Lady Anj here, once per turn, when an attack is declared involving both players' monsters, you can discard 1 pendulum monster. Your opponent's battling monster loses 1,000 attack points. And then, monster effect, you can discard this card and 1 other Performa Pal monster, except for yourself, to draw 2 cards. And if this card is in your graveyard and you control an Odd Eyes card or a Performa Pal Genshrud, you can place this card back in your pendulum zone. I love some draw 2 action on a recurable back body, which I honestly think that that's nuts in and itself here. Then we have triple copies of Pendulum Sorcerer, 1 copy of the Seal Eel, 2 copies of Skullcabat Joker, 1 copy of Purple Poison, triple copies of Darkworm, 1 Gate Zero, 1 copy of Time Gazer, and then we have the big guy himself. So during the end phase, you can add a ritual spell card from your deck or graveyard to your hand, then return this card to your hand. Okay, that's cool. Alright, must either be Pendulum summoned from the hand or Ritual Summon. Okay, you can Ritual Summon this card with any Odd Eyes card. And each time your opponent special summons a monster from the extra, inflict 300 damage to your opponent. Alright, once per turn, your opponent activates a spell or effect. Quick effect and place this card in your Pendulum zone, and if you do, negate that effect. Then, if this Ritual Summon card was placed in the Pendulum zone, you special summon an Odd Eyes monster from the extra deck. We don't go that far, but it does have the ability to dip out into the Pendulum zone, which is actually pretty good. Now we also have 1 Dragon Shrine, 1 Foolish Barrel, triple Pendulum Call, triple copies of Pot of Desires, 1 Star Pendulum Graph, and 1 copy of Time Pendulum Graph here. Down here in the extract, we have 1 Selene, 1 copy of Elena, 2 copies of Lady of the Pendulum, 1 Nightmare Phoenix, of course 1 Dagda, 1 Apo, and the 1 Access Code. Then we have 1 Tornado Dragon, 1 Time Star, 1 Baguski, 1 copy of Magister Paladin, 1 Zeus, 1 copy of Ignister, 1 Baron de Fleur. Then we have 1 Scythe, triple copies of Denko Rekka, 1 Pankratops, triple copies of Lava Golem, triple copies of Cosmic Cyclone, triple copies of Power Filter, and 1 copy of Red Reboot here, wrapping up some cool pendulum ideas for you guys to kind of mess around with as we go into 2022 here. So guys, what do you think about these awesome lists? Please leave a comment down below. Tell me what you guys think. Smash the big crap out of that subscribe button so you guys don't miss out on more awesome content. And I will see your beautiful faces back here later on the day with some more cool awesome content. You guys stay safe out there, all right? Peace out. Patrons, thank you.
Thank you so much for watching. Check out these other videos.